Hello, welcome back. Got some more thaumaturgy. We're up to level 4 now, which does give us Terror, which is an AoE 5 plus Fear spell, the range of 30. It's very cheap in terms of fatigue to cast. I think Fear effects are slightly worse than Dominion's 5, maybe I'm wrong about that, but even so, spamming Fear is always pretty useful. It requires a Death 3 mage to use it, but it's still pretty good. Not sure what else we'd use here. Possibly nothing. I suppose if one of those air mages I get is 2, I might actually use Auspex. Maybe not though. I also realised that if I go back into enchantment for a bit, I could pick up Rigor Mortis, which would be it'd be a lot more useful if I'm going to be using a lot of Long Dead Horsemen. So stick with Thaumaturgy for now though. We caught 20 slaves, I think, but we're still forging dowsing rods and sacrificing, so ends up being not quite that many. 3 battles. First was Forest of Springs, which was me attacking the throne. So here we are, and here they are. Not too intimidating, but lizardmen do of course hit twice and they hit hard. So we do skeletons and insects, and then charge forward. I've got every single unit on attack rear, hoping that they'd hit the back lines, and most of them do. The Undead are slightly vulnerable to death mages and things, but other stuff not so much. We actually clean up the lizardmen quite quickly. And then it's just a case of beating up the back lines. That wasn't nearly as difficult as I thought it would be. And just out of interest, at the end of the fight, how much fatigue did my god have? 22! Compared to 99. And 111. So that's pretty good. He's got pretty good reinvigoration. So that's Forest of Springs. We did lose some Long Dead Horsemen, but that's about it. 1 OA Potter and 4 Lancers. And the throne we took was the Outer Throne. Spread Dominion 2, Dominion gets Magic +1, which is actually useful for us because we are only Magic +2. I suppose that's another good thing about just taking level 2 on scales, is that when you get thrones with scale bonuses, it's actually useful. And it produces 3 Astral Pearls per turn, which are always nice. We're up to 3 Astral Pearls per turn, right, we need that. Wait, didn't we have don't you produce pearls? 1. Oh right, because we haven't claimed the throne yet, okay. Makes more sense. Yeah, so we'll have +6 Astral Pearls next time. Blue Moss Forest. I just spoiled the outcome of this fight by showing that we had it back, but yeah, we attacked the Storm Demons. Storm Demons are nothing to be sneezed at. They do a lot of lightning damage. Really scary unit. They're pretty tough as well. But we managed to take it back. Couple of losses, 20 units total. But 6 are archers, 3 are Amazons, not too bad. 4 area potters is a bit painful, but 7 lancers. Still, we got the province back. Also attacked into White Lake, which is my 3 mages versus... Look how fucking pathetic this Kraken is. I thought this Kraken would be a lot more intimidating than that. Oh. There's a hill wizard down here who has a skull talisman and some boots of the behemoth. And there's some trolls. Do we beat trolls with skeletons? Place your bets now. Now these units do regenerate, of course. We spam some terrors on them. I don't understand why these guys don't seem to generate fatigue. Like at all. They all just have 1 fatigue. This guy's got 6. He's got encumbrance 6, so I assume he has a chest wound. All the rest have encumbrance 1 and they only ever have 1 fatigue. So maybe I'm misunderstanding something, but I would have expected it to increase by 1 per turn, not just be permanently 1. That seems really odd. But either way, we do eventually route them. So that was White Lake. Unexpected event occurred in Blue Water. A group of short-insters attacked the province, which we knew was going to happen, and of course it happened when we finally left the province. Lost 130 population in trackless woods. We bought out a peddler's gems in Sylvania for 1 gold, and in Newlyartham, misfortune +3. And then we were attacked in Blue Water, and guess what? Our province defense was enough to kill it. So I didn't even have to defend this fucking province after all that. I put 10 points of province defense in it, just to be, I think when I first took it, I put 10 in it because it's an underwater province, and I thought I might as well just do my best to keep it, because I'll never be back here. And apparently 10 was enough to fight off the fucking Triton event. So all the time I spent waiting in this province trying to defend it, totally fucking pointless. So Blue Water, still ours. Yeah, so we got all 3 of these provinces now. This one is 127 income, which is fucking wild. That's like an underwater farmland. Unfortunately, we cannot move straight to Emerald Lake because I'm going to try and attack that one next as well. That's it for messages. Yeah, so these guys are heading up to Cassian and then we'll attack Emerald Lake. You might even see what this throne is. I doubt these 3 mages could attack a throne, but you know, we'll see what it is. And oh, I could just move the scout there. I don't think Elm's going to do anything at this point. And we can't see Helheim's units anyway, so... I would like to know what is guarding that throne. Over here, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. I thought Ermor and Agartha were allies. So one of 2 things has happened. Either Agartha has turned on Ermor, or Ermor has said, here, take this fort off me, so that you can more easily attack Sauromatia, which is also possible. So that's I'm gonna assume that that is what's happened. I have spoken to a few players, but nobody's really said anything interesting. It's just like lots of people are at war. Femoria is at war with Machaka, if I remember correctly. Helheim is at war with Ermor and Agartha, and probably Machaka, because I know they were allies as well. I'm not sure what Yomi's doing, but I think he's at war with somebody as well. I think it might have also been Femoria. So everyone is fighting currently except me, but this confuses me because I'm pretty sure Agartha and Ermor are friends. So my assumption is that Ermor has given Agartha this fort, which is really... that's like a big warning sign to me that I'm going to get attacked by Agartha soon, which I knew was going to happen because, I mean, look at our fucking borders, but... so it's just something to be aware of. I can't really... because the question is, do I start moving a lot of these troops back towards Sauromatia to help defend it, or do I just attack Agartha from this end? Because... okay, this is like a cap as well, so this is another capital he owns. There's Helheim. So there's 2 extra caps that Agartha has. So do I keep my units here to attack Agartha from this direction, or do I move them back hoping to be able to defend? And I'm not sure what's best, but for now he's still just taking this fort, so that'll take at least 2 turns. Well, that includes this turn, doesn't it? Because he's moved on to it. I'm not sure. But anyway, over here, I'm just moving these troops back to Snowford. This commander's going home. Moving a mage to Soddenmerk to build a temple so that I can use this statue. Not a temple, a lab, so I can use that statue. And who's moving there? Another Blood Hunter who's going to go to Sylvania. In Forest of Springs, I just took the throne, so I'm claiming it, I'm searching for sites, I'm patrolling, I'm preaching, I'm building palisades and a temple, and all that good stuff. But I don't know what to do about this, because this is such a giant stack. I'm trying to move scouts back so I can see... oh, I've got a scout here. But I can't get anywhere. Can you get anywhere? Nope. And this is the province where I recruit scouts, so I need it back. This is the other thing I'm doing, is I'm attacking this province with just this stuff, because it's what's nearby. So, I've never been so desperate for scouts in my life. Alright, get an intern there. I think we might get attacked by a Garther in like 2 turns. And I think I have to try and defend my cap, but I might still just send all of those other units in from the other end. I don't know, we'll see what happens next turn anyway. That was turn 43. See you soon. Hello, welcome back. We are up to Thaumaturgy 5. Gonna keep going. We claim the Outer Throne. Search for a lot of sites in that province. We found one. It was a blood site, interestingly, but it generates 1 death gem. Caught a lot of slaves this turn. 25 in Snowford, which is this 6,000 pop province, interestingly. But we do have 3 blood hunters there. Took Midria back. And of course, the Witch King I sent here caught a disease from the fucking site. Of course. Lots of events. Tax minus 100%, population minus 120. We gain 210 gold and a soul contract in Jerem. So I put that on this guy. I put that on this guy. It says it automatically summons a devil each turn. This is a very expensive item to make as well. So I just put it on someone and then gave him the other items I had around. So we'll start getting free devils every turn now from this. I don't know if there was a better candidate for this item, but who cares? That's fine. Blue Water, minus 25 tax, Kadra, some unrest. We lost a scout in Lanka. I was looking, these big stacks that Agartha has aren't that scary in this part of the world. It's really just some Pale Ones, some Pale One warriors, and a couple of Magma Children. The real scary units he has are the Alms, I think, and he only has them, well, right next to my cat, but you know what I mean. And then just patrolling. He's took this fort now, so we'll have to see what he does next turn. I've been seeing if anyone wants to like attack him, but everyone is like friendly with Agartha. Yomi said he might, but then he said, but I will have to inform him I am going to war with him first. Which is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone say in Dominions, but whatever, man. Gonna take this like here. We can see AI Arm has summoned some KO trakes. If he starts attacking me with this fucking shit, I'm really so annoyed. He should die soon. Like, he doesn't have any Dominion really, because all these Dark Candles they're misfortunes. They're not Alms. The only Dominion that's Alms is this province, not even this province. Snowford as well. He's got 1 candle left in Brightwoods. So he's almost done killed. It's just these 3 provinces we need to get rid of his Dominion and he'll be out. It'll be really fucking annoying if he starts attacking me though. I'm finally building a lab in this province with the statue of the Sitting God. We're up to 12 death gems per turn, which means we could cast Pale Riders. Yes, I remembered it. We could cast Pale Riders each month and still have 4 death gems left over. I'm thinking I might actually alchemize all of my pearls and just turn every death gem I have into Pale Riders in this province. I know that Agartha's, these units, the Alms, Great Alms, I know they've got like a Mind Blast spell. I'm wondering if Undead are immune to that because they don't have minds. So it might be good to just roll out with like a big stack of like 200 Long Dead to lead the way. But it's difficult. I'm building the lab here this turn. I'm moving a couple of Witch Kings here. This Witch King will also cast Twiceborn since he's gonna fucking die now. The difficulty I have is I can summon loads of Long Dead in this province now, but it's a swamp, so it's hard to like get units out. Interesting thing about the Witch Kings is they have swamp survival, so they can move straight into and out of this province quite easily. But nobody else can. And my best Undead leaders are the Inaris because they're so numerous and they all have 60 Undead leadership. But it's tricky to get in and out of a swamp because it reduces movement so much. So I'm going to have to go through a slow process of just recruiting Inaris, sending them here, and then slowly moving them out towards the sort of front lines. So even though I can have the lab here next turn and start summoning Undead next turn, it's still going to be like at least 2 or 3 turns before I can like get Undead to these border provinces, where I need them if I'm going to attack Agartha. It's a bit frustrating. Not doing much else. This Witch King is moving to Vepita first and then Sudden Mux. I can't quite get there. This one's moving straight there. You've got 22 movement, can you go straight there? Right, so the white mages might be a bit better. Because I've got more map move. You've also got a shitload of undead leadership as well. Yep. But I'm not going to attack Agartha until I absolutely have to. It'd be nice to have the Plague spell. It'd be nice to have a ton of Undead. So hopefully he just ignores me for another couple of turns. I think I can leave this stuff here and just build a whole new army to face him here, and then send all of this at his backlines. I think that will be fine. We'll have to see. That's the turn anyway. I don't think I'm doing anything else interesting. Blood hunting, still forging coral blades. Sacrifice it. We still need temples in this area. We need temple there. Still need a temple here? No, you've got a temple there. It'd be nice to get a temple in the Brightwoods eventually, even though it's diseasing everybody. Patrol, sacrifice. Still forging sanguine dicing rods. Building the palisades in the throne I just took. Yeah, also get a temple here eventually. Yep, alright, I'm gonna hit end turn. Thanks for watching, see you in a moment. Hello, welcome back. Very brief turn. We caught quite a few blood slaves this turn. We did get attacked by AI Alm, but he was repelled. Let's see what happens in this battle. He's got a commander and 1 cave drake. And it looks like the commander just catches an arrow, I guess? What? Oh, okay. Interesting fight. And we also attacked Emerald Lake, which is very similar to the other province. It's got a little kraken, little mage, and a bunch of sea trolls. Hardly any sea trolls though. So, 1 encumbrance, 1 fatigue. Next turn, 1 encumbrance, 0 fatigue. And what are you doing? Nothing? I don't understand why they don't generate fatigue is what is confusing me, but whatever. In Rame, some barbarians were caught. That's this province. And in Blightlands, some unrest. Patrolling as usual. So we're up to 72 blood slaves, but we don't really have much to do with them because we don't have any blood magic. So I'm very briefly going to put 1 point into blood magic because that gives us bind bone fiends. I don't think bone fiends are very good, but you do get 5 of them for only 3 slaves. So might as well just cast that every turn with one of my Witch Kings and just have a little bit of extra chaff. The Witch King over here that has the contract generated his first devil. These guys are pretty nice. 35 hit points, they fly. Got a heat aura. 2 attacks, one of them is magic. So I'm going to do that. Usual stuff other than that. I'm going to attack this province next with these 3 mages, and then I'll start bringing these mages back home. I'm moving 2 of my warrior sorceresses that had nature 2 back over towards Forest of Springs. Because N2 mages can cast a spell that I probably can't even cast yet. Can I? Yes, I can. Touch of Madness. No? Rage of the Cornered Rat. This can berserk animals. So I thought that might be kind of funny. I was wondering if that would that work on my god? Do you count as an animal? No. But I can use normal berserk on him, I guess. Touch of Madness. One group of soldiers force go berserk, yeah. Also get Panic. I just wanted to have a couple of N2 mages over here, because I didn't think I had one, but I've got this one here. I think that's it. I think all of my other N2s are down here, so I just want some of them over this side of the map and some over this side. So that's all this red arrow is, it's just some N2s. Here, I took all of my Inaris that were diseased and dying, and I thought I might as well just throw them into a throne, because it's better for them to die now and come back as white mages, with as few afflictions as possible, I think. Because if they remain diseased, they're just going to get extra afflictions every turn, and we already saw that they don't lose all of those afflictions when they come back, so I'm going to just chuck all 5 of these mages at this throne. They'll probably die, but that's the whole point, is just to kill them so that they just come back as white mages and I can stop worrying about it. Because it's better that they die with only like 1 or 2 afflictions instead of waiting 10 turns so that they have fucking 10 afflictions. So this will probably just kill all those mages, but there is, I suppose, an outside chance that somehow they take this throne, in which case that's also fine. So that's what's happening here. This also has the added bonus of it will move all of these mages back to wherever they were when they cast Twiceborn. I can't remember which fort it was, but it's one of these 2. Got a couple of mages in this province now. I'm casting Twiceborn with the diseased mage. I'm also very slowly recruiting a witch who can cure disease. So I'll bring a witch over here in a second. And I'm going to start casting Pale Riders. This guy, America's Funniest Home Movies, is casting Pale Riders with a Skull Staff, so he's Death 4. This white mage is going to cast Revive King. Because I might revive 2 Mound Kings and just have them moving troops to Forest of Springs every turn. I'll have to see if they, because I think Mound Kings have like 22 moves, so maybe that's enough to get straight from a swamp to a forest and back again, I don't know. But like I said last turn, it's a bit awkward getting in and out of a swamp, so I just want to see if this commander is good enough to move straight into and then straight out of the swamp. So I'll get 2 Mound Kings, I'll do Pale Riders every turn. I'm also forging an Amulet of the Dead, which should give me additional Undead every time I cast Pale Riders. I won't make too many of these amulets, maybe just 1. And I've got 1 more Witch King moving to this province. So we're going to have 3 Witch Kings in this province casting Pale Riders every turn. That should give me quite a few Long Dead Horsemen. And then I'll get a couple of those Bone Fiends as well every turn. So in a couple of more turns we should have enough kind of chaff to maybe just think about jumping straight on this fort maybe? Because he's got his god here and I assume this is like his biggest army. All of his sacreds. So it's worth a shot. But that's the plan for now anyway. So I'm suiciding these guys, moving some more N2 mages up here, taking this province, then I'll move across. And yep, it's going to summon lots of skeletons here in Southern Merc. We'll have Plague soon, but I think after Thaumaturgy, probably put 1 point back into Enchantment for Rigor Mortis, since I'm going to have a lot of Undead units, and then just go Pure Blood. I haven't recruited another Blood Sorceress in ages, so I haven't increased my number of Blood Hunters yet, but I am still forging a Sanguine Dowsing Rod every turn, and So hopefully we get another blood sorceress soon. Check I've got PD in every province. Yep. Okay, gonna hit end turn. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a second.